You have a very interesting bio. And out of all the inspiring moments you have as a child, what would you say was the biggest one for you?
When I woke up this morning, it was a bit late, but I didn't care, so I just went ahead and prepared myself. Then I looked at the mirror, my eyebrow was good, so I said to myself, I'm ready to do all.
When I was little, I saw in the water, that was actually in Hamburg, Planten and Blom, and I saw little water fleas in there swimming. I don't remember how old I was, but I was able to catch one and had that on my fingertip, and I was very fascinated from this little creature. I don't know how old I was, but that was kind of inspiring. I was really interested from there on in biology.
Would you say that your family also had a strong influence on your interest in science?
Yeah, my father was always very interested into biology, more in breeding animals. So we had short time horses, and we did some horse breeding. That was not so successful because the generation span is much longer. But he was very successful in German Shepherd breeding, and now he did pigeons. So he was always biology interested and in breeding animals. So that's probably there my biology interest comes from there. Yeah, I started studying biochemistry, and that was in Halle Saale, because also of my background with my father with the breeding. I was interested into genetics, and then I started my diploma work in a group that does epigenetics. So and that was cancer epigenetics, and I stayed in that group for my PhD, and cancer epigenetics in different cancers, like the most was skin cancer, and also therefore related it was this UV radiation and this kind of stuff. So that was my PhD, and then I decided, was not really decided, I was just finishing my PhD thesis, and the old boss from my boss was visiting for a talk, and I was already home. I didn't have lab work anymore, so then I thought, okay, I need a little bit get out here. So I went to this talk, and then my boss asked me, hey, do you want to go to dinner with my old boss and me? Yeah, that's okay. I need some break, and then he said, yeah, do you want to start here the postdoc with me? I'm in LA and so on. So I said, yeah. So I thought, yeah, it's right, at dinner, start with me, I have a lot of money. Yeah, send me your CV, and so, okay, I'll do that, yeah. So I didn't really think that was kind of a real thing, but then I think a couple of days later, they said, okay, when you can start, right? So that was funny. So, and then I needed to hurry up. And I was already in America at the 27th of April, 2010, and but my PhD defense in Germany was at the 18th June. So I didn't even do my PhD, so I needed to go back to defend my thesis. So that was kind of interesting, yeah. And then I went there and had 3 years. I did my postdoc there, and then I went to my postdoc somewhere else. Same City of Hope, but a different lab.
But you also have these different hobbies.
Yeah, I was always interested into astrobiology. There are different definitions, but I think astrobiology is the most common one right now. So how life emerged on Earth, so we could figure out how that could emerge on other planets. So this is one thing. So what is life, and what needs to be there that life can emerge. This is actually the first sentence also of my biochemistry textbook. The first paragraph said, so biochemistry is a science. So what is life and how life emerged out of death. I'm also interested in is how life from Earth reacts in space. So like astronauts, they have different problems in microgravity or in lower gravity. So, and how you can help these astronauts and these problems to improve human exploration, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's what I'm interested in. And of course, then we have these closed ecological life support systems. What you need basically on like a living spaceship, where you have the oxygen is recycled by plants and bacteria, and of course, then later on a planet, if we will arrive there, hopefully soon, yeah, we would need
Mm-hmm.
some we need some biological systems and not just technology. So that is at least my opinion. I think so. We need some biological systems to make that possible to live in space for longer term and on the planet. So just because it's more robust and
Mm-hmm.
cannot fail, yeah, it's more self-sustaining, and yeah. So that's one. Because it's a little bit confusing. You have astrobiology, exobiology,
Yeah.
space medicine, space biology. So what is it all? So I tried to decipher that back in the days, and I had a talk here in San Diego about that. And so for the definition, so space biology is basically the headline, and this is all biology from Earth in space, but also biology what can emerge outside on other planets. So how that can emerge, but there are more specific branches. So you have space biology, it's a headline. Then you have space medicine and space physiology, what is more just humans in space, how they react, what happens with them in microgravity, and how you can prevent that in a physiological way and a molecular biology way. So that is space medicine and physiology. And then you have these two terms, astrobiology and exobiology. So an exobiology is actually an old term. It was used in the past, but not anymore. And now astrobiology is a term, what means how life can emerge on other planets, not on Earth. So that is biology in space.
And is that your focus right now?
Well, I'm interested in many aspects in space biology, space medicine, and in astrobiology. For example, space medicine. What I'm interested in is that because my background is cancer research, because in microgravity conditions, what astronauts are experiencing, so cancer cells change their behavior. So they don't grow. They lose their stemness. What means that cancer stem cells are not that aggressive anymore. But there's also opposite examples, and it would be very interesting to figure out why the cancer is doing that in space, or why that it changes in space, and if we could find the reason for that, maybe we could find something where we could mimic that on Earth, so we could manipulate the cancer without flying to space. So this is an aspect I like. Yeah, I'm interested in for medicine in cancer research. But yeah, for example, also there are viruses. They lose their virulence, or they are not a pathogen anymore, so they are not sick anymore. It's very interesting. Fungi grow different. Fungi and bacteria produce different metabolites. So, for example, that could be a research aspect for new antibiotics. So you can make bacteria and put them in microgravity conditions, and then they produce different substances just because they are in microgravity, and that could be in new antibiotics. So there is many things what you can utilize microgravity for actually finding new things in medicine. So that's one thing. Yeah.
Do you have some ultimate goal in life?
I really want to help that humanity uses science more for exploration. I want to raise the fascination for exploration, if that is biology, our body, other animals, or our planet, or outer space. So exploration, that is where what I want to raise awareness and show that there's something more out there than just sitting at home and watching Netflix. I wanted to start that kind of STEM education and so, but it's very time consuming too. So making videos and this kind of stuff, showing people, hey, you can actually figure out nice stuff in your neighborhood. Yeah, it's how to isolate tardigrades out of your neighborhood. You know, tardigrades is little water bears.
Mm-hmm.
They are very radiation resistant, and they can survive in the hibernation state also outer space. So they were exposed to outer space, so they are very resistant to many environmental conditions. So you can find them basically everywhere. You have a little moss pad. You can scrape that off and put a little bit water on it, and then wait a little bit, and then you need a microscope and then to look at this, and then it's a very fascinating animal. They are very tiny. They are, I think the biggest ones are just 1 millimeter, so you need a microscope to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my message is stay curious and always explore, and for new students or people who want to go in science, think about where you want to go. You know, have your career plan not completely ready, but have a goal in mind where you want to be, and then try to get there, and don't let you tell from other people, you know, this would be nice, this is good, you should do this, you should do that. Yeah, I was a little bit swimming, you know, with this dream, oh, I go here, I go there, and now I'm a little bit more focused, but I lost a lot of time. Sometimes you need to go longer ways to find something, yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you very much for your time. Is there a lot of German in those dogs with so many science on are you there? Amazing. It's like, yeah, you have a lot.
I started that here, yeah, in California. Yeah, so this fighting with these dogs. Oh, really? Yeah, many things. Yeah.
What is that?